The one-point safety, the rarest score in football. The one-point safety is the rarest score in all of football, and it has only happened a handful of times in NFL history. It can only occur on a two-point conversion or extra point attempt, and it happens when the offensive team commits a safety in their own end zone. For example, if the offense attempts a two-point conversion and the quarterback is sacked in his own end zone, the defense is awarded 1 point. The rule was added to the NFL in 2015, and it has only been successfully executed once in a regular season game. In 2018, the Baltimore Ravens scored a one-point safety against the Kansas City Chiefs when Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes fumbled the ball into his own end zone on a two-point conversion attempt, and it was recovered by a Chiefs lineman who was then tackled. The one-point safety is a weird and obscure rule, but it is a reminder that anything can happen in the NFL. It is a testament to the complexity of the game and the fact that there are still new and exciting things to discover. Even after more than 100 years of professional football, the rule exists because the NFL wanted to ensure that all possible scoring scenarios were covered, even the most unlikely ones. The one-point safety is so rare that many NFL fans have never seen one. And it is a reminder that the NFL rulebook is full of obscure and unusual provisions that most people don't know about. The longest field goal, Matt Prater's 64-yarder. In 2013, Denver Broncos kicker Matt Prater made history when he kicked a 64-yard field goal against the Tennessee Titans, the longest in NFL history. The kick was made in the thin air of Denver, which helped the ball travel farther, but it was still an incredible feat of strength and accuracy. Prater's kick broke the previous record of 63 yards, which had been held by 4 different kickers: Tom Dempsey, Jason Elam, Sebastian Janikowski, and David Akers. The kick was so long that it barely cleared the crossbar, and it sent the Denver crowd into a frenzy. Prater's record-breaking kick is a testament to the evolution of the kicking game in the NFL. In the early days of the league, kickers were often position players who were asked to kick on the side. Today, kickers are specialists who are trained from a young age to kick a football with incredible accuracy and power. The modern kicking game has been revolutionized by advances in training, nutrition, and equipment, and kickers today are stronger and more accurate than ever before. Prater's kick is a reminder that the NFL is a game of inches and that every yard matters. It is also a reminder that records are made to be broken and that there will always be new and exciting moments to witness in the NFL. The altitude in Denver played a significant role in Prater's record, as the thin air allows the ball to travel farther with less resistance. This is why many of the longest field goals in NFL history have been kicked in Denver, and it is a reminder that environmental factors can have a huge impact on the game. Most fumbles in a game. Len Dawson's 7 fumbles. In 1964, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Len Dawson set a dubious record when he fumbled the ball 7 times in a single game against the San Diego Chargers. Dawson was a Hall of Fame quarterback who led the Chiefs to victory in Super Bowl IV, but on that day he could not hold on to the football. He was sacked multiple times and lost the ball on several occasions, leading to a lopsided loss for the Chiefs. The weather conditions were poor that day, with rain and wind making it difficult to handle the ball. But Dawson's performance was still inexcusable for a player of his caliber. Dawson's record is a reminder that even the best players can have a bad day, and that turnovers can be the difference between winning and losing in the NFL. It is also a testament to the physicality of the game and the fact that it is not always easy to hold on to the football when you are being hit by 300-pound defensive linemen. The record has stood for nearly 60 years, and it is unlikely to ever be broken. As modern quarterbacks are better protected by rules and are taught from a young age to protect the football, Dawson's record is one that no player wants to break, but it is a reminder that fumbles are a part of the game and that they can happen to anyone at any time. The game was a nightmare for Dawson and the Chiefs, as they lost 42-7 and were completely dominated by the Chargers. It was one of the worst performances in Dawson's career, and it is a reminder that even the greatest players are human and can have off days. Negative rushing yards. The 1979 Seattle Seahawks. In 1979, the Seattle Seahawks set a record for offensive futility when they finished a game against the Los Angeles Rams with -7 rushing yards. The Seahawks were a young and inexperienced team at the time, having been founded just 3 years earlier, and they were no match for the Rams' dominant defense. The Seahawks running backs were tackled for a loss on multiple occasions, and they were unable to get anything going on the ground. The Rams' defense was led by the fearsome foursome defensive line, which included Hall of Famers Merlin Olsen and Deacon Jones, and they completely shut down the Seahawks' running game. The Seahawks' performance is a reminder that the NFL is a tough league and that it is not always easy to run the football against a great defense. It is also a testament to the importance of having a balanced offense, as the Seahawks were unable to move the ball through the air either. The team finished the game with just 23 total yards of offense, one of the worst performances in NFL history. The Seahawks' record is one that no team wants to break, but it is a reminder that even the best teams can have a bad day, and that sometimes the other team is just better. The game was played in terrible weather conditions, with rain and wind making it difficult to move the ball, but the Seahawks' performance was still inexcusable. The team was coached by Jack Patera, who was in his second season as head coach, and the loss was a sign of the struggles that the franchise would face in its early years. Perfect passer rating games, a rare feat. A perfect passer rating of 158.3 is the highest possible rating a quarterback can achieve in the NFL. It is a rare and difficult feat, as it requires a quarterback to have a high completion percentage, a high yards per attempt average, a high touchdown percentage, and no interceptions. The formula for calculating passer rating is complex and takes into account 4 factors: completion percentage, yards per attempt, touchdown percentage, and interception percentage. To achieve a perfect passer rating, a quarterback must complete at least 77.5% of his passes, average at least 12.5 yards per attempt, throw a touchdown on at least 11.875% of his attempts, and throw no interceptions. There have been only a handful of perfect passer rating games in NFL history, and it is a testament to the skill and precision of the quarterbacks who have achieved it. Some of the quarterbacks who have had perfect passer rating games include Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Ben Roethlisberger. The most famous perfect passer rating game was thrown by Tom Brady in the 2007 season opener against the New York Jets, when he completed 26 of 28 passes for 297 yards and 3 touchdowns. A perfect passer rating game is a reminder that the quarterback position is the most important in all of sports, and that a great quarterback can have a huge impact on the outcome of a game. It is also a testament to the complexity of the passer rating formula, which was designed to measure a quarterback's efficiency and effectiveness. The passer rating system was introduced in 1973 and has been used ever since to evaluate quarterback performance, although it has been criticized for being too complicated and for not taking into account all aspects of quarterback play. Most interceptions thrown, Jim Hardy's 8 interceptions. In 1950, Chicago Cardinals quarterback Jim Hardy set a record for interceptions in a single game when he threw 8 interceptions against the Philadelphia Eagles. Hardy was a solid quarterback who had a decent career, but on that day, he could not stop throwing the ball to the other team. He was under constant pressure from the Eagles' defense, and he made a series of poor decisions that led to the interceptions. The Eagles' defense was led by Hall of Fame linebacker Chuck Bednarik, who had 2 of the interceptions, and they completely dominated the Cardinals' offense. Hardy's record is a reminder that turnovers can be the difference between winning and losing in the NFL, and that a quarterback's primary job is to protect the football. It is also a testament to the importance of having a good offensive line, as Hardy was under constant pressure throughout the game. The Cardinals lost the game 45-7, and Hardy's performance was one of the worst in NFL history. Hardy's record has stood for more than 70 years, and it is unlikely to ever be broken, as modern quarterbacks are better protected by rules and are taught from a young age to avoid throwing interceptions. Hardy's record is one that no quarterback wants to break, but it is a reminder that even the best quarterbacks can have a bad day, and that sometimes the other team's defense is just better. The game was played in terrible weather conditions, with rain and wind making it difficult to throw the ball accurately. But Hardy's performance was still inexcusable for a professional quarterback. Longest punt, Steve O'Neill's 98-yarder. In 1969, New York Jets punter Steve O'Neill set a record for the longest punt in NFL history when he kicked a 98-yard punt against the Denver Broncos. The punt was kicked from the Jets' own 1-yard line and traveled all the way to the Broncos' 1-yard line before being downed. The punt was aided by a strong wind at Mile High Stadium, but it was still an incredible feat of leg strength and accuracy. O'Neill's record is a reminder that special teams can have a huge impact on the outcome of a game, and that a great punter can be a valuable weapon for any team. It is also a testament to the importance of field position, as O'Neill's punt completely flipped the field and gave the Jets a huge advantage. The punt was so impressive that it is still talked about today, more than 50 years later, and it is a reminder that some records are truly unbreakable. O'Neill's record is one that is unlikely to ever be broken, as it would require a punter to have a perfect combination of leg strength, wind conditions, and a little bit of luck. The punt was kicked in the thin air of Denver, which helped the ball travel farther, and it was aided by a strong tailwind that pushed the ball down the field. O'Neill was a solid punter who had a decent career, but he will always be remembered for this one incredible kick. The record has stood for more than 50 years, and it is a testament to the rarity of such a feat. Modern punters are stronger and more accurate than ever before, but they have not been able to match O'Neill's incredible record. Most penalties in a game, the 1951 Cleveland Browns. In 1951, the Cleveland Browns set a record for the most penalties in a single game when they were flagged 21 times for 209 yards against the Chicago Bears. The Browns were a dominant team at the time, having won 4 consecutive championships in the All-America Football Conference before joining the NFL, but on that day, they could not stop committing penalties. They were flagged for everything from false starts to holding to pass interference, and the penalties cost them the game. The Browns coach, Paul Brown, was known for his discipline and attention to detail, but his team was completely undisciplined on that day. The Browns' record is a reminder that discipline is a crucial part of the game of football, and that a team that commits too many penalties is unlikely to win. It is also a testament to the importance of having good coaching, as the Browns coaches were unable to get their team to play with discipline on that day. The game was played in terrible weather conditions, with rain and wind making it difficult to play, but the Browns' performance was still inexcusable. The team lost the game 42-21, and the penalties were a major factor in the loss. The Browns' record has stood for more than 70 years, and it is unlikely to ever be broken, as modern teams are better coached and more disciplined than teams from the 1950s. The Browns' record is one that no team wants to break, but it is a reminder that penalties are a part of the game, and that they can have a huge impact on the outcome of a game. Shortest NFL career, the one-play wonders. The NFL is a tough league, and it is not easy to make it as a professional football player. For every player who has a long and successful career, there are thousands of players who never make it. Some players are lucky enough to play in just one game, or even just one play, before their career is over. The record for the shortest NFL career is held by a number of players who played in just one play before their career was over. One of the most famous one-play wonders is Charlie Gogolak, who was signed by the Washington Redskins in 1966 to kick an extra point in the final game of the season. Gogolak successfully kicked the extra point, but he was released immediately after the game and never played another down in the NFL. Another famous one-play wonder is John Corker, who was signed by the Houston Oilers in 1978 to return a kickoff. Corker returned the kickoff for a touchdown, but he was injured on the play and never played again. These players are a reminder that the NFL is a cutthroat business and that there is no room for error. They are also a testament to the importance of making the most of your opportunities, as you never know when your last play will be. The stories of these one-play wonders are a reminder that the NFL is a dream for many, but a reality for only a select few. Many of these players were college stars who were given a chance to play in the NFL, but they were unable to make the most of their opportunity. Their stories are both inspiring and heartbreaking, as they represent the dreams and aspirations of thousands of young football players who never make it to the professional level. Most points in a quarter. The 2007 New England Patriots. In 2007, the New England Patriots set a record for the most points in a single quarter when they scored 35 points in the second quarter of a game against the Buffalo Bills. The Patriots were a dominant team that season, finishing with a perfect 16-0 regular season record, and they were led by quarterback Tom Brady, who had one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. The Patriots' offense was unstoppable on that day, as they scored 5 touchdowns in the second quarter to blow the game wide open. Brady threw 4 touchdown passes in the quarter, and the Patriots' running game also contributed with a rushing touchdown. The Patriots' record is a reminder that the NFL is a game of momentum, and that a team that gets on a roll can be impossible to stop. It is also a testament to the importance of having a great quarterback, as Brady was at the peak of his powers that season. The Patriots' offense was perfectly designed by head coach Bill Belichick and offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, and they had a perfect combination of talented players and smart coaching. The Patriots' record is one that is unlikely to be broken, as it would require a team to have a perfect combination of offensive firepower, defensive ineptitude from the opponent, and a little bit of luck. The Bills' defense was completely overwhelmed by the Patriots' offense, and they were unable to make any adjustments to stop the onslaught. The Patriots went on to win the game 56-10, and the second quarter explosion was one of the most dominant performances in NFL history.